for the people browsing Reddit right now to kill time. What are you waiting for? I'm waiting for my shift to end. Just started lol. Divine intervention. Asterisk I don't know. Something amazing, I guess asterisk. Asterisk me too, kid. Asterisk. Waiting for someone to realize I've been in the bathroom for too long and I should be working. Waiting for offshore to join the bleeping conference call. Work to end. Edit. One has landed at one's abode. I hope everyone's day flies by. One more day till the weekend. You can do it. Exclamation mark. Death. Mostly. Vacation. Till I can go back to sleep. A lift from my father. He was supposed to be here at 1 PM, but it's now 1:56, and he's still not here. People who downloaded their Google data and went through it, what were the most unsettling things you found out they had stored about you? There's an audio recording of me saying check the Jewish boy's penis. I don't remember ever saying that, but okay. Okay, I have a weird but serious question. My husband passed away last year. I still have his S7. I'm also 99% sure I have his Google account information, but if not, I'm sure the password is saved in his phone. If this thing really does record voices, how would I go about downloading his Google data? I just want to hear his voice again. I'm starting to tear up as I type this, but seriously, I only have one voicemail from him on my phone and maybe a couple videos. Anything more I can get of his voice, pictures of him, I haven't been able to restore. Anything I can get I want. I miss him so bleeping much. I'm the vice president of a company that I've never heard of and can't find any other info on it. If you use Google Photos and allow maps to track your location. I took photos that I didn't like, deleted them. Weeks later I'm just browsing my timeline in Google Maps and those deleted photos are there, tagged to the location. Nothing incriminating, just thought you should know that a delete isn't a delete. I got drunk once and proceeded to get lost on the way home, ending up cycling on some highway. For 2 years I wondered where the hell I had been until I saw Google's location history for that night. Deleted. Till Ron Swanson had it bleeping right. Apparently I sleepwalk thousands of kilometers and then managed to get back home in time for work. Also a bunch of recordings of my computer's fan spinning. But well, at least they got me on the fetish porn searches. Ah, Google. Hyped up Google. Incompetent Google. I know my data is in good hands. Edit. Found a fart. Mine is 10 GB. Holy bleep, it's gonna take a while to download. It is an old account, but I have all activity paused, except YouTube watch history, so I'm really interested to see why it's so large. Their profile claims I like Chinese rap. I have no idea why, other than one video I came across in the YouTube rabbit hole. What fan base is the most toxic? K-pop. My father once encountered BTS in an airport in Korea and he couldn't believe the harassment and craziness that followed these poor guys around. Asterisk MORTY. I turned myself into a toxic fanbase. I'm toxic fanbase Rick. Asterisk. Holy moly, the Undertale fanbase can be toxic. Don't get me wrong, I love the game, and if you dig down deep enough past the toxicity there's a lot of creativity and fun and people making beautiful things, but go ahead and just go a Google image search for any of the main characters. Even the child characters. And this is asterisk AFTER asterisk. Toby Fox, the creator, specifically said to tag the NSFW differently as Undertale and to keep it away from normal Undertale searches because he wanted things to stay family friendly. https://undertale.tumblr.com/post/129,663,057,105/hello darlings and gentledarlings. Not to mention the fan art policy that gets violated all the time. Toby Fox specifically said, no selling Undertale merch on Redbubble. https://undertale.tumblr.com/post/139,726,155,020/changing policy on fan merch. And yet, searching Undertale on Redbubble. https://www.redbubble.com/shop/undertale ref=search_box brings up a whopping 9,586 results. That many people ignoring him. And that's not to mention the allegations that someone attempted to murder a fanatist over a ship. https://r/undertale/comments/6axp/r_fan_murder_a_fanatist_over/. People talk about hating the game because lol everyone's 10 years old, OMG cringe. But honestly, I mean, Steven Universe's fanbase harassed a fan artist who attempted suicide, laughed at the fact that she did it, and mocked/harassed one of the show's creators when he asked what is wrong with you people. Because the artist drew one of the characters as inadequately fat. Not even drew the character as skinny. No, she drew the character as curvy. That was just inadequately fat for the fanbase. So you know, drive them to attempted suicide and make fun of the attempt. The Beehive or K-pop, Beyonce's Grand's fanbase, any one of the popular female singers, dare to say something unflattering on Twitter about Beyonce/Katy Perry/Rihanna/Ariana Grande and the god bleep gates of hell itself will open and the hordes will emerge. Sonic fanbase, when you say Sonic sucks they get into a fit of rage. Back in the day Homestuck and Superwholock were pretty brutal. They were very guilty of gatekeeping. Ninja's 9-year-old toxic little bleeps. They talk more bleep than COD players of 2007. Teachers of Reddit, what is the worst case of my child can do no wrong have you seen? I had a student in 5th grade. He had a history of misbehavior dating back to the first week of kindergarten. He would regularly shout insults at other students, threaten them, refused to do any work, and on several occasions, yelled at me, and once threw a chair. One day, while we were taking a test, this student was talking. I quietly reminded him that it is against the rules to talk during a test and that he needs to be quiet. He kept talking. I told him that this is his last warning and that if he talks again he will need to go in the hall. He talked again. So I told him to go in the hall. He gets up, walks out, and on the way out says, "You're autistic," to me. I wrote him a referral and contacted the parents, explaining the situation. They didn't pick up the phone. So I sent an email, oops, and I ended the email saying that I hope we can work together to help student be successful. And -x200b. I received a rage-filled email back saying that my behavior is unacceptable, that I'm targeting her son, and I'm out to get him, and that I will be hearing from her lawyer. This woman is a cop. She went all the way to the district level to complain about me, and made up all kinds of lies about me, and told the other parents. And -x200b. Oh, and once, after a different incident where he physically assaulted another kid, he was suspended for a day. Mommy took him to Disney World, running onto a soccer field to scream at the referee about a call, and getting banned from athletics for a year. That mother was a treat. I've wanted to get this off my chest for a while now, taught previously, but this is as a parent. Our son, who is 3, is in school. His classmate Winnie and her mom Louisa are the worst people you've ever met. First, Winnie has a restrictive diet for no other reason than her parents want to try it. They will send a list of approved foods and quantities for her with the expectation that *************** leftovers are to be put in Tupperware and given to Winnie to take home. The food is so odd and weird that we wouldn't eat it anyway, but that's the expectation. If Winnie is at a party, Winnie must win ***** at least 50% of the GAMES****, even if there are 20 kids. Winnie must be served first. She must have extra time when playing with children and Winnie must not be, under any circumstances, told what not to do. The kids of this class have parties and Winnie was invited twice and then not. Her mother flew off the handle and sent a nasty letter to parents about how this was unjust and her darling Winifred was crying at being left out. Her daughter has no boundaries, is unruly, rude, difficult and eats what can only be described as pre-vomit. Her mother runs a small health consulting business and will constantly try the hard sell with you. It's intrusive, invasive and really tone deaf, but she won't stop continually begging for service. She's awful. Her daughter is awful, and they're always at social events. Once I had a piano student whose mother made him take lessons, even though his heart wasn't in it. For several weeks, he'd come back with exactly the same mistakes as the week before, and with no sign of improvement. I made it comfortable for him to describe weekly practice and his thoughts about taking piano lessons. He said that he had no interest in the piano or any other instrument and that he pretended to practice to get his mother off his back. I told his mom that forcing him to take lessons was a mistake, that his heart wasn't in it, and that it might turn him against music forever to persist. She said, he's a *gifted* student and he'd never waste practice time. I simply said that I have his best interests in mind and that he needs to pursue something he's genuinely interested in and not be coerced into studying as a result of parental pressure. The boy gave me an appreciative hug, but his mom looked daggers at me as they walked away. While I've never been a traditional teacher, I did give swimming lessons for a short time while in high school. Most of my students and their parents were very appreciative of how I conducted my classes, but there was one woman who seemed utterly convinced that I was doing her child a disservice. The boy in question was afraid of putting his head beneath the water, which is a common enough problem, so we had been slowly working through various ways of helping him overcome that fear. Unfortunately, every single time that his mother was nearby, she would scream about how I had no right to force her son to do anything, after which she would loudly address him, as though nobody else was within earshot. "Are you okay, honey?" she'd ask. "You remember what mommy said, okay? You do not listen to that man. You are perfect, and you do not let *ANYONE* tell you otherwise. Okay? Tell me that you hear me." The poor kid would mutter his acknowledgements, then sulk near the edge of the pool until his mother finally left. The good news is that the woman would almost always disappear not long after dropping off her son, leaving me to start undoing the damage. I'd like to think that I still had a positive impact on the boy's life, but something tells me that someone had mistaken swimming lessons for a particularly wet babysitting service. **TL. Doctor, in which I take on the role of monster in the pool. **. We have this kind of meeting *EVERY* year with his teachers. We know son's name can't do multiplication. He was a freshman in high school in pre-algebra. How he passed 3rd 8th grade is beyond me, besides teachers just passing him to get rid of him. These people had money, they had resources, they could gotten him tutoring years ago to help him. Instead they preferred we just pass him and excuse his acting out because he refused and couldn't do the work because he didn't have the basic foundation. He couldn't do multiplication, so he couldn't do division, and it all spiraled from there. They were so calm about it, like, what's the problem with that? So what? I was flawed. Not a teacher, but definitely fits the my child can do no wrong part. There was a small town I used to live in, and the mayor's son was a massive bleep. One night, he got pulled over and arrested for drunk driving by the town cop. The my son is an angel. Mayor promptly retaliated, and within the month, fired the cop for some bull bleep reason. I also had a student in kindergarten who regularly punched other students, ran around the room, and refused to do work. His mother called for a conference, and the first thing she said was that his behavior was my fault. She had him switched out of my class. Thank God. I was a tar in a kindergarten classroom and had reminded this little kid, 5 meters, in April, over halfway through the school year, about our rule that we only have healthy snacks at snack time. He started whining and crying about how his mom lets him have cookies whenever he wants. Anyway, the teacher steps in and mentions that he has a delicious looking apple in his lunch bag. He then gets up, throws a chair, and begins to flip tables and tear the class apart, while telling the teacher his mom is going to bring a gun and shoot her. At this moment a threat has been issued, so we bring in the principal. She gets there and begins an effort to talk the student down to no avail. He just keeps going on and on about how his mom has a gun and will shoot everyone at the school, and if we call the police she is going to shoot them too. The mother is then called. No answer, of course. So we send this kid with the principal and go about our day. After school is over, the teacher, principal and I start putting together an email to the parent. The kid was in after school care, so we couldn't have a chat after school. We just hit the major points of defiance and handling his anger in a more positive manner. I get to school the next day and the teacher shows me the response. The first line read, "Why didn't you just let him have the cookie?" And it went on to say that you as educators are not doing our job. If her child is getting as angry as he is, it is our job to keep him from getting mad, and we failed at it today. That day he came in and told us that mommy bought him a new Lego set. Edit. Sorry, it was snack time, not lunch time. My bad. This one's gonna be a hard one to type out. A few years ago, I was friends with this girl who had an older brother. At the time I was also friends with him, and we would talk and get along. My friend had to go downstairs to do something, so I went into her brother's room to watch him play a game for a bit. Nothing unusual, as I often did this if she had to do something, or I was bored and she was in the middle of something. After a few minutes he paused his game and closed the door. Now he is about 6 years older than me, so since I was younger and I didn't know what was happening, I just watched him confused. Then came the inappropriate touching etc. I'd rather not go into detail as it's really not a nice memory. Needless to say, I didn't sleep over like I had intended to. My mother found out about it a few years later when I finally had the confidence to tell her. I didn't know what to do after it, so I just kept it to myself. My mother eventually confronted their mother about it, and she went from sweet smiles to rage. She blew up at my mother screaming that I must have lied and how her sweet little boy would never do that and such a like. She went on and on for about 20 minutes before telling us to get out and cutting all contact with us. My mother didn't take it anywhere, and I have never seen them since, except for the girl and the mother once on my own in a shopping center, to which the daughter greeted me happily and the mother walked off. I think this fits here. Even if not, it's nice to get it off my chest. What meme died too quickly before you got to fully enjoy it? I have a friend who was on a month-long vacation out of the country and completely missed the Harlem Shake. Bread is short for breadwood. Say psych right now. Dat boy, I never enjoyed it, but someone had to say it. Most memes nowadays. Bleep. Where are the times when memes lasted for years? That meme. The what intonation? Meme. Weird flex, but okay. I love it, but it's hard to find a good place to use it. Bongo cat. I'm still upset it got overshadowed by Boset. Edit. Spelling. Kowalski analysis. Saw it on Reddit for a week before it disappeared.